Hey collective, did you miss me? Hopefully everybody's happy, healthy, all that good stuff, making good choices. Let's get this shit on like pockets. That was fast. So you have all paths lead home, inner authority, intuition, and turn your gaze within. Internal focus, not external. You have starbathing, light body, crystal grid, transmission, and activation. All right, so Spirit's really asking you to internalize right now to see the blessing in a situation, it looks like. Yeah. Okay, you have deep cellular healing, Arcturus energy, physical and emotional healing. So yeah, Spirit's definitely asking you to internalize, see the blessing in a situation, realize where the lesson lies, and transmute this into a positive, healthy, forward momentum. Angels. Archangel Michael on the bottom. So do know that whatever it is that you're experiencing, you are being protected during this time. Is there any angelic guidance we can get for the collective at this time, please and thank you. I mean, I pretty much redid my whole bag this year. You have new psychic and spiritual experiences are changing the way you view the world and yourself. Allow your spiritual gifts to open through study, prayer, and meditation. So yeah, that's right in line with what I was saying. Finding the blessing, finding the path. Yeah. I got new irons for my birthday. And do understand, like, when, you know, you have people that hurt you or things like that, they're just part of the journey, part of, like, the teaching tools. So beware of resentment or fixation in those aspects. All right, you have take action. You're in touch with your truth in this situation, and you need to trust your gut and lovingly assert yourself. Standing your power. Remember who the fuck you are. You have a happy move to a new home or place of employment is in the works, and this movement will usher in positive new energies. This is falling under this all paths lead home. Turn your gaze within, inner authority, and intuition. Remain sovereign in situations. Do understand that it's your journey and your journey alone. You have Kushael, the angel of punishment. You are not the instrument of punishment. You are the instrument of judgment. Call in that judgment and allow God to do as God does. You have just said right hand empathy. Beware of emotional and energetic pollution. Empathy doesn't have to mean dimming. It does not have to mean accepting less than. Definitely standing your power in all situations. You have Keter, the crown, spirituality. This is falling under this deep cellular healing, and this new psychic and spiritual experiences are changing your view. So definitely be aware that, you know, if you're experiencing things that you feel are really outlandish, over the top, things like that, you're not crazy. You are fully within your faculties and you are experiencing them. You have time out. You've been so busy taking care of everyone else's needs, but now it's time to stop and take care of yourself. This is falling under this take action. You're in you're in touch with the truth of this situation. You have Malkuth, the ground, kingdom. So do understand, literally, like, you have this all paths lead home, turning your gaze within, and then this happy new move to a place of employment or home. Like I was saying, you know, realizing that, you know, lessons and all the stuff, it's just redirection. It's spiritual heightening. It's also a way of God putting you back on your path and redirecting your momentum towards the divine path that you're supposed to be on. More angels. You have energy work. Life can be can be electrifying because its very essence is energy. Your body is a remarkable energy field that will positively respond to loving treatments. Your hands and heart are activated to give healing energy to your loved ones and clients. This is falling under this activation card of star bathing and also this angel of punishment. So do realize that sometimes the biggest karma, the most effective punishment, the strongest judgment can be you removing your energy from a situation and refusing to deal with the fuck shit anymore. I feel like something is crawling on me. I'm freaking out, dude. Maybe it's my hair. I don't know, I did have a bug on my neck earlier, so like once that happens, dude, I'm done. Anything, if sweat, anything, I'm like, ah! Okay, you have Archangel Azrael, counselor. You are a natural born counselor, and many people benefit from your guidance and reassurance. This is falling under this empathy and this physical and emotional healing. And that's what I was saying too, you know, literally, like sometimes the biggest karma is somebody not having you in their existence. Whether they're intentionally siphoning or just unintentionally, energetically pulling from you, you know, you do have to be aware that sometimes that's God's judgment, is for you not to be part of their energetic situation anymore. Sorry. Okay. Is there any other angelic guidance we can get from this situation at this time? Okay. You have claircognizance, Archangel Uriel. Pay attention to thoughts and ideas that come to you as they are answered prayers. This is falling under this new psychic and spiritual experiences and this crown card of spirituality with the Archangel Keter. You have Archangel Raziel. Use your God-given power and intention to manifest blessings in your life. Take your power back. This is falling under take action. You're in touch with your truth in this situation, and time out. You've been so busy taking care of everyone else's needs. You have compassion, Archangel Zadkiel. Soften your heart with respect to the situation and all the people involved, including yourself. And softening your heart to a situation, executing forgiveness, that does not mean continuing to deal with the situation. You're definitely being guided at this point in time to remove yourself from a situation and really realign your sovereignty with the divine and understand that whatever path forward is a path that is really self-focused and very self-aware, very self-protective at this point in time, because you are being asked to stand in your power, calling your judgment, and allow these people or situations, whatever this is, to be exited out of your energy. You have relationship. Your primary relationship is with yourself and God, and every other relationship follows from there. To attract, heal, or balance a relationship, then snuggle more closely with your loving creator. As you feel safe and loved within, so shall your other relationships bloom and prosper. This is falling under turning your gaze within, a happy move to a new home or place of employment, and this kingdom card. Pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. And you also have this take action card of really standing in your truth and not allowing situations to continue that you know are not in alignment, or you know are literally just negative input into your physical situation. I did see the Two of Swords a second ago, and I really feel like whatever stalemate energy you are experiencing at this point in time is definitely part of your energetic flux. You did have this truth card and this pay attention to red flags card. You need to be very aware at this point in time of the evidence that's being presented. Stop lying to yourself, stop dimming, and stop accepting other than what you are worthy of. We have the Page of Cups. But this is the vice versa tarot. So you have like the fronts and the backs on these ones. And with this Page of Cups, I really want to say that there are messages that you're not receiving, not just from the situation of like literally like not standing in your truth and standing in your power, but the messages that you are not accepting from the divine, because you have this claircognizance with Archangel Uriel of pay attention to thoughts and ideas that come to you as they are answered prayers, and this pay attention to signs. You've been given the reassurance of knowing that you are in touch with the truth of the situation. If you alleviate the situation from your energy, you will have heightened, it'll upgrade you in your spiritual walk, I think. You have the Nine of Swords, but you have the back of the card. And in the back of the card, it really means to me like the person is like, he's looking at the sun. Like he's been up all night with the anxiety, the sleepless nights, the worrying, all the extra shit. But at this point in time, the sun's coming up and he's starting to be illuminated. So really go with what you're being shown here by the divine. You have the Knight of Cups. But in this Knight of Cups, you have the back of the card yet again. The Knight of Cups is, you know, valiant. They're coming in with an offer of love. They're emotionally sure. But the way I read this one, because it shows like a crab, I feel like right now you're sorry, I hear something. I don't know what it is. It's on the roof. I'm sketched out. Okay, it's probably a cat. There's a crab and like literally if that horse notices that crab, like it's gonna dump its rider. Like I feel like right now you are emotionally dumping into a situation with the best of intention, but that situation is very faulty at this point in time. And I think that you're getting those energetic pings, you're just not following your intuition, and that is never ever a good thing. You have the Judgment, but you have the front of the Judgment, or excuse me, the front of the Judgment card. And I think at this point in time, what this, I can't show you the card because there's nudity, but I think at this point in time is what that's saying is that you're not realizing your power to call judgment in the situation. These people are coming with gifts to judgment. They're coming nude. They're, you know, fully open to judgment, but they are offering something. So I feel like you're really in a place of prayer and supplication, and you're really wanting the divine to give you answers in this, but I think that you're ignoring the answers. I think that there's not only are you not taking the answers of the situation, but maybe you're not being fully accountable of the part that you've played in the situation. So maybe, because this is falling under this compassion card of Archangel Zadkiel, of softening your heart with respect to the situation, all the people involved, including yourself. So it's okay to be accountable for the situation. Just be accountable, forgive self, and like once you know, you grow. You have the moon card, but you have the back of the moon card. And I think that what this is really signifying, there's nudity on that one. I think that what this is really signifying is you not realizing the depths of the gifts that are being given to you. Not just physical type gifts, but like the gift of the situation itself. We don't go through problems, we go through lessons, we go through spiritual upgrades, we go through, heightening our own, sharpening our vessel of, being that they're tempering the vessel of for the weapon, tempering the weapon for the war, like our weapon is our vessel, and our spiritual journey. And I think that right now, you want that hopeful, like you want to see the sunrise, but it's not happening the way that you're either expecting it or asking for it. So it's bringing like the Four of Cups to mind, where there's that apathy. You don't have, you're not seeing the gifts being presented. You have the Wheel of Fortune, but this is the back of the card. And what this really speaks of is understanding your ability to transmute situations and not micromanage, but like literally navigate the situation, and understanding your strengths and abilities to get yourself out of the situation. You have the Page of Wands reversed. Well, the back of the card. And on the back of this card, there's a Phoenix energy. The shrubbery that's growing on the situation, or on the wand, which normally the Page of Wands signifies like seeing the opportunity, seeing the potential in a situation, starting to have more passion and power and movement forward. With this particular card, there's no growth on the shrubbery, but there is a phoenix in this card that's rising from his campfire. I think what that's really signifying, because he's still looking at that wand that no longer has the growth or potential, I think that you're not realizing the divine potential in the situation, the growth and all of the phoenix energy that is really available if you look to God. And that's what that relationship card was talking about as well, is not worrying about shit else other than being closer to the divine and standing in that divine sovereignty and allowing everything else to fall into place as it should. So you have number 20, Kansu, the Hermitage. So it's really, and that's literally where it all started, is all paths lead home, all paths lead to God. It's time to turn your gaze within, take that hermit's journey, find your inner light, and figure out the path forward with that inner light. You have 13, Ma'at, truth and fairness. So you've literally had like the Justice card, you've had this Kushiel, the Angel of Punishment, that deep cellular healing. Like, you have to realize that things don't happen to you, they happen for you. And any situation that you experience is just that, it's an experience, and it's up to you to knit that into your journey, into your story, and figure out how you can utilize it with this Wheel of Fortune, and realize that how you can use it to make your journey great. finding the beauty in a situation. I know that's all so cliche and it's not something we want to deal with when we're dealing with situations like this, but I think that you're fully within capabilities to turn this situation around by turning within, turning to God. Yeah. You have self-sabotage. And that's it. This is literally falling under that Knight of Cups that's in the turned position of really dumping into situations that are sketchy. That's also falling under this take your power back, time out, you've been so busy. Stop self-sabotaging by minimizing and not standing in your power, not demanding what you're worth and what you know you're you know what I mean, you're capable of having. Like, part of knowing your worthiness and things like that, yes, it leads you into isolation, but then that leaves space for the universe to fill those holes with people that really genuinely belong there and that are going to value you the way that you deserve. So stand in your power and stand for what you know you should have in your existence. Don't take less than. You have sexuality. And for some reason, there's not even, oh yeah, there is a snake on this card. I was going to say, like, I don't even think that's got anything to do with sexuality. I think that's got something to do with maybe maintaining sovereignty and holding your sexual energy. Look into like Kundalini awakening, things like that. Definitely do some meditations, binaural beats, frequency healing, things like that. Breath work that can help open your third eye and induce that Kundalini awakening, visualization, intentional release, things like that. You don't have to give your sexual power away to somebody who is not worth it. You have love, and this is falling under compassion, taking action, knowing the truth of the situation, and that reverse side of the moon card with the moon goddess literally offering gifts. There's a gift of illumination and there's a gift of what looks to be water in a bowl, and I really feel like that is speaking of the gifts from the divine of truth and emotional maturity, things like that. That illumination really just speaks of truth again, and you have that, you know, take action card of knowing the truth in the situation. You literally have this take your power back and using your God-given talents to create power and intention. You have the Archangel Azrael of being a natural counselor and this energy work, but needing to pay attention to signs. Stop dumping into people who are not worth your time and energy, because that's what I'm seeing here. And then there's times too where we like literally fall for somebody after we pass a test, and then we're back in another cycle with a different problem, you know? So definitely understand that there's a difference between love and lust. Being very aware of your vessel and sacred lust. And the reason I'm saying that is because you had liberation and sacred lust on the bottom of that deck that I had just put down, and this is coming right after love. And I'm feeling like you really need to just lean into that divine love to understand how to be, you know, the wise counselor of understanding the journey, understanding the experience, and then putting those experiences into play in your life to liberate yourself and understand that there's a difference between toxic love and sacred lust. You have abalone, calming, soothing, and healing. Three of Hearts, mind, body, spirit. Definitely do some chakra healing. Um, you also had that crown card. So you're definitely needing to work on those upper chakras specifically. But the way I see this is full spectrum, because you had the crown, now you have something that's dealing with the heart, and you also have this sexuality. So you definitely need to do some focus work on the sacral as well. You have Amazonite, fluidity, playful, and optimistic. And that's Four of Hearts. So really making a solid foundation so that your heart space can thrive in the next situation that you're in. You have receptivity. And I think that you had like literally something mentioned about, being empathic. You had needing to take time out for yourself, understanding that you're fully in touch with the situation, and like with the self-sabotage and things like that. You're really needing to lean into divine feminine power and learn to be receptive, learning to attract, not chase. There's a lot of healing that's needing done around that right now. You have the Miser, and this really speaks of what are you holding on to? Like, where's your focus? So if you're not putting all your energy into other people, if you're not dimming or minimizing, are you externally focused still, whether that be work, whether that be material things? Like literally this woman's clutched all of her stuff so much that she's become like a fortress of furs and stones, because she's so fixated on what really genuinely doesn't matter. So don't, it's like when you stop using drugs or something and then you become a caffeine and tobacco addict. Like, don't drop one crutch for another. You have completion, and this is literally a card that speaks of getting those last missing pieces to to see the full picture and then move on to the next. So you have been given truth in this situation. It's just your time to shine, accept it and move forward accordingly. You have change and letting go, patience and new vision, moment to moment, and past lives on the bottom. And I think that's really, really, really telling you it's time to live moment to moment, finding the beauty in simple things, letting go of the past, being willing to accept the change that's being presented to you. Problem is that when we don't accept the change that we know is necessary, it happens regardless, because you have some pretty heavy hitter angels out here that are speaking of your divinity. And your first couple cards was being, you're being told like all paths lead back to that spiritual journey, and that transmission and activation are occurring. So you really, really, really need to accept what's being asked of you and what's being presented. You are seeing the situation accurate with Horus energy. Literally, that's not the first card of truth, or being willing to accept the truths that are being presented. With this Judgment card, like I said, it being on that reversed end of the Judgment card, you are asking for clarity, you're asking for the vision, the sight, but it's there. And I think that you're kind of in that, like I said, I saw that Two of Swords before. You're in that Two of Swords energy of not wanting to make the decision that you really, really, really need to make. You have find the blessing in your current situation, and this is falling under this receptivity. So it's like I was saying, initially, is you really have to just accept that what's happened has happened, and that you've had the experience. Be grateful and move on. You have health and healing. This is falling under completion and the Miser. So that's what I was saying too, don't hyper fixate on things that really genuinely don't fucking matter. You really have to focus on self at this point in time and focus on what the next steps of the journey are going to be. Try to remain joyful and grateful. You have choreopsis, always joyful. Hey, how about that? Write it on your heart that every day is the best day of the year. Literally. So now that you've been given the confirmation, the reassurance that you're fully within your faculties in the situation, that you know that the situation's not for you and it's time to move forward, you know, you really have to be, you know what, let me grab some angel therapy cards. Just be grateful you got through the experience. With the ability to still see. You have workshops and seminars. Attending and giving speeches is part of your spiritual path and purpose. Be open to teaching and learning. And that's what I was saying before. Making sure that you're not hyper fixated on work or things like retail therapy. I have to really check myself on that one. But like making sure that you're really putting your energy into what matters. You have be willing to forgive. Ask the angels to clear your mind and body of past pain in exchange for peacefulness. Archangel Raphael is a great angel for healing to call on. Also too, Archangel Metatron, like he's an astounding angel for getting unstuck, figuring out the next steps on the path. And those two angels in culmination can probably help to maybe help you identify the path forward in healing and what next actions to take in that healed state. You have, if you get nervous, focus on service. Pay attention, or put your entire intention on answering the question, how can I make the world a better place? And the law of attraction will automatically take care of your needs. Have you asked angels for help with this? And I think that you have. It's just being willing to accept that divine clarity. Your angels want to help you with the situation. However, they require your permission before they can intervene in your free will choices. And that's another thing too, is, you know, spiritual law does dictate that they're always there, they're always communicating, but when you need specific guided support, you really have to figure out, maybe take some seminars or workshops on angel therapy and different angels and angelology. I don't know, you know, the study of angels, literally finding out who does what and what they're there for, finding out who your personal angel is and what they're known for, and calling on those angels when you're really struggling with those different aspects. It can be really freeing to know that you have that divine support. And then when you're utilizing it, knowing that that support comes in, I mean, fucking like that, in living in that mode, it really does help lift your head up high and help you continue to step forward. You have visualized success. See yourself doing well in this situation and have faith in a positive outcome. Being receptive, being willing to continue. You have ear chakras, and you also have that Archangel Uriel with pay attention to the thoughts and ideas that come to you, as they are answered prayers with clear cognizance. Notice messages that appear as sounds, music, words, both from external sources and within your mind. These messages are real answers to your prayers. Ascended Masters, be powerful, loving, and wise. Or, excuse me, powerful, loving, and wise spiritual teachers are watching over and guiding you. I didn't bring my other one. And you have integrity. Align your actions so that they match your values and inner knowingness of what's right for you. And I think that's really speaking of full spectrum, like, you know, in the beginning, is stepping away from this situation that is calling you to question. Any situation that's calling you to have questions is not for you off rip. Like, anything that's got you in any form of energetic flux is not in alignment. I mean, it could be trauma response to actually experiencing a good partner or relationship after having nothing but trauma. But do understand that in general, that questioning, that ego or being able to arise, that mental input, that's because you know that your spirit is trying to tell you, like, you're not in a healthy, happy situation, or at least a situation that's not for you. Because you can be in happy situations that really aren't in alignment with you as well. It says the die is cast. Like, you've already made the call. All you have to do is continue to play the game. So you have stop doing so much, which this is not the first time you've had a timeout, take care of yourself, not others card. And don't take it personally. Really, like, what another person says, thinks, feels, does, anything pertaining to you is not your fucking business. It is fully within your duty to chalk it up to the game, have compassionate detachment for this situation. Like, really, that's bringing me to another card in the Starseed Oracle, is zoom out, perspective. None of this really matters. Like, the picture is way bigger, and it's time to really take that into account. What is the bigger part that you're playing in your main character fucking role? You have to stop worrying. Really stop worrying, because what you're doing is you're drawing in the wrong energies into the situation. You can do it. And I can only count on myself. And that's like another card of literally getting rid of people who are not fucking elevating you. It's not a big deal. Smile. Smile more. Smile even more. Stay constantly joyful. Let's get out of our comfort zone. Get naked, get happy. And memories can comfort you, but do be aware of nostalgia and negative fixations that are drawing you in the wrong direction. I like to talk shit, so I think my guides do too. So I'm going to end you with a couple Rebel deck cards, but do know that you are aware of the situation. Stop ignoring your energy, your intuition, your guidance, and stop ignoring the clarity that you've been receiving from the divine. You're fully loved and supported. It's time to forgive self, it's time to forgive others, and it's really time to just progress and move forward moment to moment with the knowledge of the situation that you've experienced. You need a big fucking hug. Squeeze. And thoughts can be sneaky, lying bastards. Don't believe everything. Okay? Don't believe every shitty thought you have. Like, really, stay out of your head. You'll blow up in the minefield. Like, stop thinking about the situation. There's no more thought to be had. You really genuinely know that you need to move forward. So maybe it's time to call on Archangel Metatron and Raphael, like I had said, for healing, emotional healing, and strength to move forward. Archangel Metatron, like I said, to help navigate your next steps. It says, get over yourself, pull your shit together, help people, give back, do good shit for humanity. And sometimes doing good shit for humanity means just making sure that you're gonna show up the brightest and best you can be for the next day. Really, you never know whose world you're gonna change just by showing up for your own existence. I love you, collective, and I hope things work out.